you need 3 reliable events, guys. That's it, just 3. There are more events that I teach my traders. You really only need 3 reliable events. I teach my traders, we have 14 different events, but you really only need 3 solid events. You need elephant bars. Now, elephant bars are these long, they're power surging bars. They're power bars. Like, the reason why I call them elephant is because if you were reading the footprints of animals, you'd say, okay, that's a dog's footprint, that's a cat's footprint, that's a little mouse's footprint, that's a little bird's footprint. Oh my goodness, this is an elephant footprint. I want to know when elephants are stepping in the markets. What are elephants? Institutions. You and I can't make an elephant bar. We don't have enough money. But institutions make elephant bars. We make bird footsteps. They make elephant bar footsteps. Elephant bars are the footprints of major money coming into the market or coming out of the market. I want to know what the major money is doing. I don't care about the dogs. I don't care about the cat. I do love dogs and cats, but you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the dog footprints, the cat footprints, the mice footprints, the little bird footprints. I want elephant footprints. And so the elephant bars will represent 60% of all the trades you will ever take in your entire life. The majority of your trades are going to be ignited from elephant bars. All right? The green elephant bar has a very high likelihood of continuing to the upside. Red elephant bars have a very high follow-through rate to the downside. All right? Now, take a look at AMAT. This again, we're looking at the 11th, Thursday's trading activity. All right? Look at the state of your moving averages. Look at the state of your stop. Narrow state, relatively flat moving averages. Look at look at the first bar of the day starts off with a very beautiful elephant bar. But what kind of elephant bar? A red one, which means that the bias is now to the downside. Now, not only that, look at the position. That is the perfect -1 position. And the rest is history. Okay? Now, we explode out of the narrow state with an elephant bar. We also explode again further with a second elephant bar. Once we get into the trending state, when are you in the trending state? When you can honestly say, my moving averages aren't close anymore, but they're not wide either. You are now in the trending state and you're looking for color changes. When does red take out a green bar? Boom, takes out this green bar. When does red take out a green bar? It takes out this green bar and that green bar. But it must do it near the 20. Here is red taking out a green bar near the 20 here. Takes out this green one. Takes out this green one. Takes out these green. At or near. All we're looking for is a red taking out a green bar at or near in the trending state. We're exploding out of the narrow state with elephants. We're continuing with color changes at or near the 20-period moving average. This is very powerful, guys. It gives your trading order. You understand? It gives your trading order. I've got a narrow state. I'm playing the explosion out to the upside or out to the downside, mostly using elephants. Once the trade starts getting going, I go into trending state mode where I'm looking for color changes at or near my 20-period moving average. Once I go wide, I'm off to the beach. Very powerful. It adds order to your trading. Okay. Now, that's event number one. Event number two is a bullish tail bar to the upside, which means that your tail, a tail bar has a little body that can be green, it can be no color, or it can have a little body that's red. The important thing is not the body at the top or what color it is. The important thing is the tail itself. Okay? So think of these like torpedoes that are telling you you're going higher. Okay? It doesn't matter very much whether it's a green top or a red top or no color top. There is some difference, but it's so tiny, it's not worth us talking about right now. The important thing is the tail. The tail is the fire coming out of the rocket. All right? It's like fire coming out of the rocket telling you you're going higher. You're going higher. You're going higher. Okay? This is the fire. So bottoming tail bars, where your tail is at the bottom of a little body, are telling you you're going higher. Now, we would love this to be in the right position, right? And this is the opposite. This is telling you that the fire is this way now. It's pointing downward. You're going lower. You're going lower. You're going lower. All right? The tail is on top of a little body green, a little body red, or a no color body. Okay? Doesn't matter which one, the tail is the key. Okay? Now, the tail represents 15% of your trades. Now, remember I told you that the elephant bar represents 60%. When you add tail bar plays to your arsenal, you add a play that will represent 15% of your trades. Now you're at 75% of all of your trades are made up of elephants and tails. 75. Two tactics, 75% of your trades. You can stop right here and make a living. We're not going to, but you can. Elephants and tails, baby. Elephants and tails. Elephants and tails. All right? Now, take a look at Apple. All right, I think this was Apple from Thursday as well, maybe, or yesterday. I cut the date off. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, Apple, I want you to, here's where the day started. This is the first 2-minute bar of your day. Now, the first thing, think of your first, we've got a 2-minute chart. We've got the 20 and the 200 superimposed on the chart. We see that the state is relatively narrow. Okay? All right? So they're not wide apart like that. So relatively narrow. Okay? And what's the position? The first bar is starting in the best position of all, the +1 position, right above the narrow state. But you need something to happen before you commit your family's money to this. You need either an elephant bar to form there, or you need some kind of bottoming tail bar to form there. And so all you do is wait. Is the first bar one of these? No. So you do nothing until you get your event. Is the second bar one of these? Yes, it's the frickin' bull 180. That's the one you strike. Boom! We'll get into this later. Protection. Look at what happens in your trending state. Do you get an event? Yes, I have a bottoming tail bar at or near my 20-period moving average. Can this be taken? Boom. Yes, of course. That is one of yours. What I find, traders, most people are playing a feeling. That's why they're losers. They play feelings. I feel that this is a buy. That's not a trading tactic, your feelings. Do you understand? I think this is gonna go up. That's not a freaking trading tactic. You think? Like, would you give your family's fortune to someone who says, I think it's gonna go, I think I can do this, I think I can make money with your money? No thinking. Thinking is not a trading tactic. Right? I think, I feel. And most people are trading their thoughts. I think it's bottomed. What is that? All right. I feel like this is, what is that? And they don't realize it. They don't realize that they're not trading an approach. They don't have a technique. They don't have a tactic. They have their thoughts and their feelings, but their thoughts and their feelings fail them. And they have beliefs. I believe, what is that? You believe. I believe it's overbought. What is that? We don't believe. In my world, my traders, they don't believe. They don't think. As weird as that sounds, they're not supposed to be thinking. And they're not supposed to be feeling. And this throws a lot of people because they're like, Oliver, what do you mean we're not supposed to think? Well, think about this, no pun intended. You think when you don't know, right? So if I say, John, is that your wife next to you? And let's say it is your wife. Oh, is that your wife next to you? If you say, let me think, you die, right? I think she's my wife. I mean, she was my wife when we left the house. She was my wife 5 minutes ago. I think she's still my wife. That's ridiculous. When you know, you don't think, is that your wife? Yes, that's my wife, Oliver. Is your name John? Yes, my name is John. Let me think is my name. So you only think when you don't know. When you know, there is no thought, right? When I know this is an elephant bar, I'm not thinking. When I know this is an elephant bar on position 1 above a flat, I know this. There's no thinking. I'm not thinking. I'm not believing. I'm not feeling. I'm knowing. A master trader knows, which means that because the master trader knows, there is no need to think. Now, if I were to say, how many miles from where you are right now, exactly how many miles from where you're sitting right now to, I'm in Malaga, Spain now, to the center of Malaga, Spain, you would have to, let me see, I think you'd have to think because you don't know. That's the only purpose for thinking is when you don't know. But when you know, There is no room for thought. I know my name is Oliver. I know that's a fat green bar in position 1. There's no thinking. I think, Oliver, I think. No thinking. We don't think here. We know here. All right? I know, people, that this is an elephant bar. I don't have to think. I know that's position 1. I know this is a tail bar, not too far. It's a stone throws away from the 20-period moving average. I know this is an elephant bar near the 20-period moving average. I know this is a color change near the 20. I don't have to think. I know this bar is not near the 20-period moving average, so I should do nothing with it or maybe even take profits there, which we'll talk about. But these are very powerful things. So how do we play this? Boom, elephant bar in position 1. I'll skip ahead a little bit. Stop, mandatory add, alternative add to the play on your tail bar. We'll get to the mandatory add in just a moment. Profit take, elephant bar off the 20, and color change off the 20. These are optional trades you can take along the way to being a wide state. So this is the initial. The first color change is my mandatory add. Let's say I do 2 lots, 1 lot. My stop is here. This starts to become, see how my moving average starts to separate, but it's not wide yet. So now from here, I am in trending state mode. Boom. 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 And if I'm going to be getting in near the 20, near the 20, near the 20, then don't you think I should be getting out away from the 20? Away from the 20? Away from the 20 when I'm separated, separated, separated. If I'm getting in near, I want to get out away. And that's a very simple in near, out away. In near, out away. That's very basic. All right. Powerful stuff. The most powerful things in trading are the simple things. They're not the convoluted things. This is a bonus event here, dual bottoming tail bars. Guys, when you see dual tail bars, there's no thinking, there's no anything. You just buy this. 2 back-to-back tail bars, we just buy them, okay? And this version, when they're 2 back-to-back topping tail bars, we just short it. We bet on the downside. No questions asked. So here was one in block on the 11th, formerly known as square. Dual tail bars, boom, you just buy that. First color change, mandatory add. We'll get to that. You're now wide. La Playa. All right? This is beach time over here. This is trade time. And this is beach time. All right. Okay. Then there's the color change, guys, which we've been talking about here. A color change is simply when your desired color trades above the high. When green trades above the high of red, that's a color change. When red trades below the low of green, that's a color change. Green is literally changing the market from red to green. in this scenario, red is literally changing the market from green to red. It's eliminating the opposite color. Eliminating the opposite color. Now, when this happens at or near something, it's very powerful. So if this happens at or near the 20-period moving average, wow, that's very powerful. Boom. When this happens near a rising 20-period moving average like that, that's very powerful. Boom. Or if this happens near a 200, a flat 200 like that, that's powerful. All right? Or this happens right below a flat 200. When this happens at or near something, at or near the 20, at or near the 200, at or near the narrow state, the color change becomes very, very powerful. So keep that in mind. At or near, look at the color change. Look at red eliminate green. At or near the 200 and the 20. Color change. Color change. This red is eliminating that green right there. Boom. You understand? This red is eliminating that green. This red is eliminating that green. It's not happening down here. That would be too far. It's happening a little closer. So it's at or near something. And if you're getting in at or near something, you want to be out taking some profits away. You want to be taking profits away. Do you understand? Away. If we're getting in near, you want to be coming out away, away, away. It's freaking common sense, people. All right. Narrow state, wide state, trending state.